Guys, shit just got fucking real beyond any sense. Like, oh my god, I don't even know how to react. Okay, you guys probably thinking, Panda, if you guys like fucking seen like nothing of Food Wars before or Soma, Panda, why the fuck you over I reacted to this shit? Because, oh my god, this chapter, beyond doubt, was fucking amazing. The amount of shit that happened. No stuff had to be served on the table today. The only people that were getting served up today, a dish, was L's. People were taking L's fucking hard, and it's all because of Azumi Nikiri right now, and I've got to say, fuck the intro. Fuck that little intro I got, you know, that little nice little intro I have. No, we're going straight into it because I don't care. We need to talk about this shit right now because this chapter was just on fire. So starting on straight off fresh after last week's chapter, after we said, Soma's like, oh yeah, you know, Azumi, yeah, my dad, yeah, that's him, yeah, you know, I'm his son and all that, and it's like, I like how Azumi's just like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, what do you mean by this? Is this a joke and all that? And he's like, no kidding. He's like, your acquaintance is my dad, right? And it's like, you know, Cyber is my dad. And like, even Erin is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, oh, by the way, I think I got the pic of him. And she shows him the pic on the phone. And it's big fucking Cyber and like Soma with the most biggest shitting grins. They're like, yeah, father, son, yeah, how's it going? Erina, realizing everything she's done since fucking chapter 2 of the entire series, it's like, oh my fucking god. Oh my god. The man that I've idolized for all these years. I just tried to get his son kicked out of the most prestige guys ever and not be his friend and be an entire dick to him. Oh my god. I'm so fucking dead. It's like she's there like, fuck me. What have I done? And not to mention as well, it's like Azumi's like this, like, you know, wait, this can't be a coincidence. You know, same year as my daughter, same year as everything, you know, how could, you know, Cyber's son be here? And the first time that we've actually probably seen Erina and fucking Azumi have an actual kind of talk where she isn't shitting herself because they're just out of bewilderment. It's like, Erina is like, you know Cyber? You know Senpai? You know him? And he's like, yeah, father, like, you know him as well? And he's like, He's thinking like methodically, and he's like, oh, I get it. And just those evil pitch black eyes. And he's like, this isn't a coincidence. This is set up. And he's like, yeah, this is all to bring the salvation to this rotten culinary world that like ruins like my dear Cyber Senpai. And he's like, what the fuck is he talking about? And even saying like, he doesn't want to say that, he doesn't bring salvation and all that. From what we stand is like, oh, I'll give this salvation to Juchiro, like just the way. And it's like, he's just there to fucking want revenge. And I'm like, what the fuck happened between these two? What did Cyber do at all? Like, did he really piss him off? Did he just start making, like, is that, like, why, like, he's upset? Is it, like, one of the reasons, like, it's like, now I'm just going to open this discount store? Like, instead of, like, go to the culinary world and fix things. I'm guessing, like, one of their big, like, promises or something was, like, oh, we're going to clean up, like, this dirty food people call the common food, like, this shit. And it's like, maybe that's one of the things why, like, Cyber, you know, like, Jojo, like, decided to join, you know, just the small times, because it doesn't matter if you have the highest grade equipment. And this is the one thing that you find about that. Like, anytime you've seen a TV show or anything like that, anytime you see anything, it's like, regardless of what, you see, like, those really nice, like, fancy class foods and all that stuff you see on TV, and it's like, oh my god, like, Gordon Ramsay's making this kind of stuff. Oh my god, this is amazing. And you look like, then you watch, like, Kitchen Hell, and then you just see this slobbering shit, or you see MasterChef, and you see this fantastic piece of art, like, they've got a suit. Regardless of what, whether or not they came from like a 10 pound meal or anything like that, or it was made by the finest chefs in all of France, like that, regardless of what, you know, you like, just because someone's like, it's really expensive and it's made of like highest quality and all that meat and everything like that, as we've learned on the series, it's like, you even though like meat that isn't of like high quality and even that expensive and going up by the expiration, it can still be a delicious meal. I think Cyber might have realised that, and that's like, you know, he was going wrong in life. Maybe that's what happened. But I hadn't even gotten to the serious shit. You know, we just had a nice little poetic thing right there. It's like, we had the bombshell dropped after that. A few days later, oh, yeah, Ishiki, how's it going, man? Yeah, by the way, you, the 3rd seat, and the 8th seat, Cougar, who we just saw recently, all off the Elite 10. Bye-bye. There's the door. And it's like, so Ishiki knew this. He knew this coming straight into the door and after he was like standing up and all that. Not, like, the main reason, not because you suck, because we know that Cougar, even though he got his ass whipped during that whole thing, we have no idea about Tosuke, Megashima Tosuke, the 3rd seat. He's the 3rd highest person on this. He's pretty fucking high. He's pretty fucking high. And fucking without even Azam fully trying. So much trouble. So how though? I was like, when I was reading that, when I saw that, I had to sit there like with my hair like that. I was like, how the fuck did the 3rd, the 8th, and the 7th just get taken off? Oh, you're not really what we want here. You know, I want everyone under my thumb doing what I'm saying and all that. You know, you're not fully supporting me. And it's like, most of the time, it has to be because of Shokugeki to take these guys off. But since I'm the new, you know, the president and all that, it's like, nah. I do appreciate, though, that Rindo was, like, the only one that was, like, yeah, she opposed to this. And she was like, you know, they're fine. We shouldn't remove anyone. It's fine and all that. But the other members agreed because they're assholes. And it's like, the elites are the elites. And it's like, you could get your seats back. But I have a slight sneaking suspicion they're not going to be accepting Shokugekis from you guys because you just lost all your power. So, you know, there's the door. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. I love it how, like, Asmi's always got these, like, pitch jet black eyes. And it's like, oh, by the way, I've got these soldiers of Central. And, like, even that sounds like from what we've seen of, like, the elites and all that, from what we've seen of them so far, it's like, they're even unhappy because they just got a bunch of these motherfuckers like that. These Central soldiers that they're going about from them. And even still, they're like, yeah, these guys are, like, overranked. They're pieces of shit. They're not really worth anything. And it's like, yeah, I can see that. And even they got these badges and all that. And just when they showed out, and it's like Rindo leading them, the number 2, and she's like, let the survivors hunt begin. And I'm like, that's... So, the question is, we got 3 slots open. Unless they just immediately fill these guys up with just like, they're saying that these guys are like the new seats and all that, unless they just randomly add them. However, if that's the case though, as I got a list right here for you guys, we've got 3 open seats right now. Now, if we're not including Kuga, Ishiki, and Megashima, the guys that got taken off, which I believe was just the 8th, I think Megashima, like, I believe Megashima's 3rd, Kuga was 8, and Ishiki was the number 7, if I believe, or maybe I might be switching around Ishiki and Kuga. No, Kuga's definitely the 8th. But it's like, when we saw that, and I doubt Ishiki wants his place back. Like, no, he seems like the kind of guy, although he loves his cook and all that, and he shows his prowess, I think he's like, I'm not too bummed out about it. I don't want to see that's, like, tainted like that. I want to earn it back. So, who's on that list right now? Like, who do we know that I can babble? Pretty much everyone that was in the tournament like that. I'm talking about pretty much everyone that made the quarterfinals or somewhere high on there. So we got Soma, because we know he's taking a fucking seat. So already, that's one of the seats gone right there. Like, we got Akira, like Hayama. We got the smelling guy. We got Alice, which I'm sure she wanted. Ryo, who's a more high candidate, because we all know that fucking, like, out of all the fights they've had, Ryo is better than Alice. The Aldini brothers, mainly the, you know, the Takuma, like that one, like, he could probably get a potential if he gets really up his game. Like, that's the thing, we've also got Nikabe as well. We got her. She's pretty goddamn strong as well. We've got Hisako, which is, like, you know, we've got Eren as assistant. We've got Tadakoro, like, and that's not even mentioned. It's like Megashima and Kuga, like, the number 3 got kicked out. The number fucking 3. And it's like, what's going to happen with that? Like, because Kuga, obviously, like, he just didn't give a shit. He wanted to do his own thing. Like, Ishiki, you know, he was backing up Soma and his friends. So, like, he didn't want to go against Asmi. What the, like, that's the thing with Megashima. What the fuck did he do? He just did not care. And he's just like, I just want to cook. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm good, but I don't give a shit. Like, because the others just sound like elitist snobs. Like, from what we've gotten them so far. Or because we already know Like, apart, like, Rindo seems like the sort of girl that's just like, and we've already seen her anyway, that she just wants change. Like, for the most part, she just wants to see a different, like, see what's going to happen. She just wants wild chaos to happen. And that's the one thing that's very interesting about this, is like, out of all the characters that we've seen, it's like, why? Like, it's so baffling you cook these people off as, like, instead you just got this crazy-ass fucking just new Elite 10 that's going on, which we don't even know if this is Elite 10, which we know how everyone's going to react, because at the moment, the people that we've got is, at the moment, we've got Tsukasa, number 1, we've got Rindo, we've got Momo, which is, I believe, the little girl with the little cat bunny thing, like, where the fuck that thing, Saito, the guy who looks like he belongs to Rurouni Kenshin, Nene, and I believe Azan and Eren. Eren is still on that thing, and it's like, that's one thing that she like said, is like, oh, Eren is still on there? Oh, she'll come around soon enough. She'll come around. Like, just every time you, like it's like I said last, like, a couple chapters, like, he'll come around. Like, he's just got a very soft but very dangerous voice as well. Like, seeing for the end of this chapter and just what they're going to do, I just want to go, like, oh my god, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Saying like, I'm cleaning up everything, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's just too much. There is just too much in this chapter. Like, for like 16 pages or the worst of like stuff that we had this week, this was beyond, and I mean beyond amazing. This was like probably one of the best Soma chapters that we've had this year, like for Soma. Like, this probably is the best Soma chapter we've had, so yeah, and that's like, I want to give it just a 10 because of just how great it was. Like, I don't think a lot of people will appreciate just how insane the chapter was, like, overall. I think overall it is like a 9 to like 9.5 because it's just clean house. Not to mention the whole thing with Erina finding out about Soma, that shit's insane. With Azumi as well, that challenge down. Not to mention kicking out 3 of the strongest people. How they the number 3, I still can't get that. Like, I get over it. The number 3 guy got kicked out, and number 8 and 7. And it's like, now we're getting overruled by all these pushy-ass motherfuckers. So I'm wondering, how is this going to work right now? Like, these 3 slots are open, and I've already named the people that could be on there. And we know Soma definitely as hell going to be taking one of those seats. Whether or not he's going to try for the Azans again, or he's going to go for those 3 seats. If that's the case, then we can have another person on there. Like, and out of all those people that we know have got the highest potential out there, who are the guys out of all of them that have got the highest chance to get on that list? Like, and it's down straight, Akira, Ryo. Those are the 2 highest right there. And like, out of them, there's like, what, the Aldini brothers and like Hisako. Like, maybe they're like the highest. Like, you say Tadakura, but even still, I feel like she's not like kind of a person that would actually fight for a seat. And that's still not saying if Ishiki wants to seat back, or any of the others want their seat backs. Like, and also as well the copycat guy, but although that seems like one of the characters that I'd never see him actually getting a seat, to be fair. Like, there's so much to say about the chapter. There is just so much to say about it. Like, who's going to get these seats? What's going to happen now? How is Soma and the gang going to counteract this? Like, there's a lot to talk about it, and it's just like, there you go. Like, imagine if Season 2 ends on this. Like, let's the hunt begin. Like, Season 3 coming out 2017. Like, late 2017. I don't think I could wait that long. Like, it's so good. Like, this chapter was insanely good. And that's what I'm loving about it. Like, I think I got, definitely with these chapter reviews and all that, I got in the best time to talk about Soma. Like, to talk about Food Wars. It was, honestly, I picked the greatest time to do it, and I'm so glad I did. Because, so far, Soma has been beyond satisfying to talk about every week, and it's just been very hype, and I'm looking forward. But honestly, I need to know, guys, in the comment section down below, who the hell has taken them seats? Who are taking them? Because I think it's Soma, Akira, Yo, like, they're the possibles, and that's the, like, they're the 3 that are, like, definitely, like, on everyone's high list. That's, like, what numbers are they gonna get? Like, oh my god, it's like, I feel like Akira, like, she, like, definitely the kind of person that would get, like, 3rd, and then, you know, Rio would be pissed off, but then he'd be like, oh, they get 8-7. And that's not even depending if, like, they try, like, Soma tries to go for the Azan seat again, or anything like that going down, so, you know, what the hell? Like, there's a lot of shit going down in this chapter, but I've talked about long enough on this chapter. I've wasted enough of you guys' like time enough as it is, but I needed to really have a big talk with you guys about that one because it's like that's a lot of stuff to digest in a chapter, and I'm like, I'll say, whew, that is probably one of the best chapters of Soma we've had this year. I would give it a 9.5, even pushing it to a 10 because it's so good. So many opportunities are laid up, and I just like, please let this art be so good because so far, like 151 chapters in, we've been smooth sailing, just getting higher and higher and higher and higher with Soma. So definitely there's no quality dip whatsoever in this series, and I gotta say I'm looking forward to see if it keeps getting even more exciting. As you know, it's getting now high to a mountain right now with expectations. So looking forward to what Food Wars can definitely bring us to in 2016. But that's all from me, everyone. So thank you much for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.